Good afternoon, everyone. Rochelle Seeger here with the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky, and this is our webinar today, part of the Health for a Change training series. The webinar is titled Kentucky Inspired, Bringing Justice Back to Our Bodies. The Foundation for Healthy Kentucky's mission is to address the unmet health needs of Kentuckians. The Foundation does that by developing and influencing policy, improving access to care, reducing health risks and disparities, and promoting health equity. The values the Foundation holds are integrity, respect, effectiveness, leadership, collaboration, and policy equity. The Foundation for Healthy Kentucky is led by a board of directors and also guided by our Community Advisory Council. I invite you to check out the Foundation's website, healthy-ky.org, to learn more about the organization. And the council is led by 56 Kentuckians from across the state. We welcome your self-nomination or nominating someone in your community to join the council. The council provides direction to the Foundation's board of directors, advice and recommendations on strategic planning, and also serves as a liaison between their Kentucky community and the Foundation for Healthy Kentucky. We invite you to join us. We invite you to join us on this next event on Monday. This is part of the annual Howard L. Bose Memorial Health Policy Forum, and this webinar is on Kentucky youth, understanding youth and building good mental health. So this free webinar is on our website on the events tab, Bose Health Policy Forum. Finally, this series here today, I'm glad you've joined us. This is the 6th of 8 Fridays that we've joined together to take a moment out of our day to reflect and relax and breathe together. So thank you for joining us. This series is serving Kentucky health advocates across the state, people just like yourselves who are working to improve health across our Commonwealth. It is an honor to partner and work with great folks across the state to hear their stories and hear their great work on the ground in Kentucky to improve lives. Thank you for joining us here today. Today's webinar will be recorded, and all of those recordings are posted on the Foundation's website, the events tab, and Health for a Change. A reminder, on that website, you can also find the registration page for the remainder series of this, the registration page for the remainder of this series. And also, very importantly, I want to remind you on that registration page are the crisis and care lines, hospice grief care lines, and emergency care lines, suicide prevention hotlines. Those numbers are very important. We're here today to think about a full spectrum of emotions, and people who need to get assistance with their mental health can do that. We encourage it. Thank you for being here today with us this afternoon. Again, my name is Rochelle Seeger. I'm very honored to work at the Foundation for Healthy Kentucky. This series is for you, so I welcome your suggestions for our 2021 calendar events via my email or phone call. Thank you so much for joining us here today. The recording, again, of today's webinar will be posted at our website, hopefully later this afternoon. It is a great honor to introduce to you our presenter today, Dr. Cree Dye. Welcome, Dr. Dye.
Hello, everyone. I am going to click share screen so I can share this presentation with you. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. Excited to be back with you all today. Let me get it on slideshow view from start, and here we are. Close this out. Perfect. Okay. So bringing justice back to our bodies. Welcome, welcome, and welcome this Friday. Let's take a breath in and then just sigh it out. Oh, that feels good. Thank you for doing that with me. We're going to move right along here. Let me see if I can move to the next slide. There we go. So I'd like for us to join together and start today with the collective breath. I love the breath, and that's what we've been talking about, the breath, the beat, meaning the heartbeat, the body, and the brain. So this collective breath, we're going to practice breathing love into our thoughts and our emotions. So this is what you're saying to yourself right now. I will practice breathing love into my thoughts and emotions. So everybody just bring your fingers like this, just bring them up and wiggle them around like this. And then we've done this before where we place them on our collarbone. So just gently go ahead and begin to notice just right there at your clavicle, your collarbone, just kind of rub side to side. Yes, just being aware of you and your physical body. And then gently, I invite you to close your eyes and bring your fingers to stillness. With your fingertips right here at the collarbones. Hey, let's notice this moment, y'all. Let's notice this moment, family. Let's notice this breath. Notice how everything is everything. And as you continue to breathe in and out, as you continue to inhale and to exhale, allow the space between the inhale and the exhale to be a loving space. A space of love, if so you choose. You're even welcome to allow that space between the inhale and the exhale to be a space of rebirth, if that's what you need. Continue breathing, family. And you're even welcome to allow that space between the inhale and the exhale to be a space of unseeing the unnecessary, if that's what serves you. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths, 2 more beats. And we say thank you to this breath for this moment, because the breath creates expansion. It creates space. It creates awareness. It creates a remembering. Now, family, we'll stay here a little bit longer by gently bringing the palms together. So moving from our collarbones and bringing the palms together at our hearts. Just pause here and notice. And then slowly rise your palms together, your hands up, and pause before the third eye. And with our hands, our breath, and our attention circulating here, let's go ahead and set this intention of letting the next 25 minutes be a time to recommit or commit to see from the inside out, family. We can recommit to this, or we can commit to just this practice of seeing from the inside out. It's like we're having an emotional resourcing journey. Everybody take another breath in and then exhale it out, and allow your hands to just fall down to your lap. Before you open your eyes, just be. Letting whatever you need, whatever you invited, whatever you use the pause for, allow that to download. Wonderful. You're welcome to open your eyes. And I don't know, you all probably couldn't see me, family, but as I release my hands from here and drop them on my lap, I naturally release with my palms up. So palms up means receiving, y'all. So I know that when my heart and when my body and my whole self is open and ready to receive, usually my hands will naturally land with palms up. So allow yourself sometimes, invite that to your body. Allow the palms to land, the hands to land with palms up so that you can be open to that receiving. Yes, right? All right. So next slide, here we go. I want to do a quick check-in. I really enjoyed our last time together where we did a little check-in where you all commented in the box where we were talking about, oh, I didn't mean to go to that slide. Hold on. Oh goodness, how do I go back? Just a second. It's going forward, wrong button. Okay, so let's do a quick check-in. My invitation to you right now is to, in the chat, would you consider sharing anything that you've gotten, any strategies or techniques that you've learned about over the past 6 weeks now, anything that you have practiced or could have practiced or needed to practice from what has been offered to you through this series. And I'll pause and be quiet so that everybody gets a chance to just type it in. I'm excited to read your comments. Here we go. Oh, self hugs. This one. Yes, Masami. I love that one. And then don't forget, when you get here, Masami, you can like do, it's called a butterfly hug when you start to gently tap here and touch on some of those trigger points. Yes. Good, good, good. I'm so happy to hear that. You just made my day. Oh, 20, right? So you turn, you look at something that's green 20 feet away every 20 minutes for at least, wait, 20. Yes. You look at something green every 20 minutes from your screen. That's at least 20 feet away. There's another 20. Making time to check in with ourselves. Yes, yes. Thank you, Deborah. Yes, good, good, you all. I'm so happy that you remember those things. So we're going to move on. I'm going to quickly review some of the ones that we just talked about last week because I wanted to add to that, but I had to pay attention to time. So I'd love for you all to just invite some more skills, some more techniques into you right now, because I'm going to share right now. Okay, here we go. Let's do. All right. So these are the ones that we talked about. Oh, Epiphany, you said poses to release your emotions. Okay. So today, Piff, we're going to go through a nice little slow flow when we know that emotions are rising up. But really, this is a good session today for us to talk about emotions, okay? I'm so excited to share with you. I'm so excited to share. So last week, we talked about activities to cool the eyes, right? And I love to go back and review so we can refresh our minds and our bodies for things that have been shared with us. So the 20, every 20 minutes, look at something green that's at least 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. That's the other 20 that I didn't say. So you all, I would encourage you to go get some plants to help heal you. So place some plants in your house. I love looking at the plants that are in my house. But to cool my eyes, I need to move my eyes off of this screen. Another thing that I do, I don't know about you all, but I tell whoever I'm going to be on a Zoom call or whatever I'm doing, I tell them sometimes that I'm going to turn to the side. It doesn't mean I'm not giving attention, but I'm turning to the side and I'm looking at something 20 feet away because I want to give my eyes a break from the screen. So I also do that. So activities to cool the eyes, walking on green grass, barefoot. I did this morning and it's pretty nice here today. So we should go out and do it again. So your bare feet will pull heat out of your eyes and pull the coolness down. The foot massage, anytime you get a foot massage and have hands or someone moving, or even if you have a massager, it will help to pull the cool, pull the heat out of your eyes and pull the cool to your eyes. So massage, cool the eyes through a foot massage, okay? Another one that I didn't talk about last week was moon gazing. I don't know about y'all, but I'm in love with the moon. Usually when I step outside, I just immediately, if I see the moon, I just yell, moon! Or I'll say, La Luna! So moon gazing, where you just sit down and you just stare at the moon. You just stare at the moon and invite this cooling of your eyes when you stare at the moon. Okay, last couple of things in our review from last week. Call in. What do I mean by that? So instead of doing a Zoom call, let's just take it back to the old school and just use a regular phone and call in and talk through that meeting, okay? I've been doing that a lot more because I am certainly feeling the impacts and the damage from the computer screen, and my eyes just really need a break. I get little headaches sometimes from looking at the screen so long. The other thing is read on paper. I think I may have shared this with you all, but I want to encourage you all. I know we have these cool things like a Kindle and all these other devices that we can hold and look at when we read our books, and it's convenient because you can carry so many books, but actually we have went way past our limit on how much screen time we need. So can you please get that stuff put back on paper, or just pick up a book and read on paper? Here, one more thing that I was thinking about that I didn't share with you all last time. I wanted to ask you all, do you do this sometimes? So I want to tell you about email apnea, okay? You said, Rochelle, you said love it, old school books and phones. Yes, right, Rochelle? So how about email apnea? This is email apnea. How many of you do this? Whether you get a text or you get a message, this is what a lot of us do, and we don't know that we're doing this. We have the tendency to hold our breath when reading a text or email. Do you do that? You all can let me know, yes or no, in the chat. But do you get an email and you kind of look at it like, okay, what's going on now? And so while you're reading it in the moment, you hold your breath kind of as this protective response because you don't know what you're going to get, preparing yourself for whatever's going to be delivered, and you hold your breath for a second. Anybody in here do that? Y'all know that that's a common practice, and we do that a lot too, okay, y'all? But think about what you're doing with the breath when that happens and the tension that you create in your body. Oh, especially with work emails, right? And even some text, depending on who that text is from, some of us can look at it and we'll even hold our breath, even if we're excited. We can look at it with excitement. So it depends on the sender. Yes, that's good. Thank you all. But the UV from these computer screens is actually, it's one of the most damaging, right, y'all? So we just have to do more of this, giving our eyes a break, giving a relax to the heat that's coming to our eyes, okay? Okay, so that's a good review, right? So let's keep going, let's keep going. You all will love what I have for us today, okay? So I'm gonna review this one more time, and I always review this. I invite us to leave our thoughts, because we're always in our heads, right? We know that, and I shared this a few weeks ago, how the thoughts, they move fast like a jet plane, where our emotions move kind of slow like a glacier. And when we pay attention to them, we can channel that energy. So we get to choose with our bodies. We get to bring justice back by saying, I notice. Notice what's going on. I sense. And that's why we have these amazing sensations, right? Our 5 senses. Let's get in touch with them. Let's utilize them in a way that's good and healing for us. I feel. And then we move to the I analyze and I reconcile. Then we move back up to our brains. But to start off, we want to start full body. We want to be completely present in our body with the things that we do, right? All right, here we go, y'all. That's just some more review for you. So more review: happiness, contentment, joy, emotions, right? We know that those are emotions. Anxiety, worry, fear, confusion, panic. Emotions, all just emotions. Stress is not an emotion. A lot of people identify with stress so strongly, but it is not an emotion. We have learned this. Stress is a relationship between your living organism and the forces of the world, the things outside of you. Your responses, especially how and how often you choose to see these forces, not the forces themselves, determine your outcome, okay? Oh, you all will love this information that I'm about to share with you. Here we go. I'm back to the brain. Y'all know I love the brain. Last week, I talked about the brain and the eyes, but now I want to talk about the limbic system. So I had you all do this last week, but let's do this again while I talk about the limbic system. So everybody just place your hand right there at the crown. Oh, I can feel the heat already. Everybody place your hand right there at the crown and feel the heat. So our hand is right above our limbic system, right? And it's the structure that's located at the top of the brainstem and buried underneath the cortex, okay? So y'all just stay here. You can close your eyes and just feel this heat right here at the limbic system, and how we can appreciate our limbic system and how it's involved in our emotions and our motivations, particularly those related to fear and anger. The limbic system influences both the pleasure that's related to survival. So think about the eating. Our eating and sex are both connected to the limbic system. It influences the peripheral nervous system and the endocrine system, okay? So you all see the words I have here. If you open your eyes back up, if you close them, some major structures of the limbic system include the hippocampus, the hypothalamus, the thalamus, and the amygdala. And so when we think about the middle brain, this part of our brain, our memory and our emotions, we usually hear and talk about that, right? So you can go ahead and release your hand down. So just love on that limbic system. You have access to feeling all the heat because you got a lot going on right there, right? Okay, here we go. Next slide. Oh, I love to talk about this, the weather of our emotions. So y'all just think about that. Our emotions are just like the weather. Here's why I love talking about the emotions and what I say in regards to the emotions being like the weather. It's just like the blue skies. Our emotions are always there. Our emotions are always inside of us. They're always present with us. So even on those cloudy days, you know, when the clouds are low and it's hanging and it just seems like that's all you see are clouds. Even when those clouds are there, the blue skies are always behind it. The blue skies are always there, even when it's a cloudy day, okay, you all? So let's talk a little bit more about that. So just like the blue skies, our emotions are always there. They can come like a gentle breeze or like a tornado, right? When we feel that our emotions rising up. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about 4 facts in regards to our emotions so that we can have a better awareness, a better ability to notice, sense, and feel them. It's almost like the naming and taming. So here we go. The weather of our emotions, all emotions are messengers. That's the number one thing I want you to think about. That's our number one. All emotions are messengers. And you've heard me say this before, that there's an intelligence in every single emotion that comes. Important messages come through our emotions. We can do this. We can surrender, relinquish, and unlearn the idea that emotions are good or bad. All emotions come to inform us. The one thing that we want to do, though, and notice and be aware of, is that the outcome may be positive or negative. That's where the positive or negative, or good or bad come. The outcome of our emotions and what we do with them is what can be positive or negative. But all emotions are great messengers. All emotions are great messengers. That's number one. Number two, our emotions arise at different levels of intensity. So, like I said, the gentle breeze, right? So emotions arise at different levels of intensity. And then once we name them, it can help calm our bodies. So we can have the soft state. Soft state is like a gentle breeze. That's when we experience that state, it's like subtle anxiety. So how would you describe subtle? So things like being careful, when you feel just a soft carefulness or an awareness, or when you want to prepare yourself to organize something, there's like this soft state of anxiety, right? So it's just a soft state, right? And then the second one is a noticeable state. So noticeable state is easily felt, and we can feel it at kind of a medium level. And that's usually when we're just alert, or we might be apprehensive, or we're feeling a little uneasy or unsettled, right? A little nervous. That's our noticeable state. So we have the subtle state, the noticeable state, and then the third state here is the intense state, right, y'all? The intense state is usually when you just are blowing up the spot, and where everything is big. And so when this happens, it's noticeable not just for you, but the people around you, right? And this is when self-regulation is key to maintain your focus, so that you don't completely lose yourself or destabilize yourself for others, right? So this is overwhelmed feelings. You feel rattled or you're alarmed. This is when you're in that state, okay, you all? So those are our three levels of intensity with the emotions. Now, emotions commonly work in pairs also. And this is where I want to ask you also, start thinking about this. So emotions commonly work in pairs. And you can feel nervous and excited at the same time, right? You can feel panic and anger at the same time, yes? And especially when it comes to anxiety, it often needs the support of a fellow emotion, right? So when anxiety comes up because of a deadline, usually you might also need another emotion to help you do your best and complete whatever the task is you need to complete. So I want to pause for a second and invite you all. Can you notice or recall what two emotions come together sometimes when they show up with you? That energy in motion. What are examples of two emotions that come to visit with you sometimes, or that you become aware of? So anxiety and excitement. Yes, you feel this little, like if it's subtle at first, you feel kind of a little tickle in your stomach. It's kind of like what we remember we were growing up, they call it butterflies, right, Tiffany? You feel a little bit of excitement. Does anyone else have two emotions, or it could be more than two, that come and they show up together? Anybody ever have a little bit of panic and anger coming together? Or even sometimes we can have, it doesn't seem like it should be together, but you have some joy and sadness. For example, if you have, for me, when my first child was graduating and going away to college, I'm so excited and I feel joy for her life. But then there's also sadness because my baby's leaving, right? So maybe you have a couple of emotions that show up. Okay. So I'll wait and I'll keep going, but I'll keep checking to see if anybody else has any that they want to share. The last thing, usually a common practice with our emotions is people will usually express the emotion or repress the emotion. So the issue here is when we repress it, when we repress our emotions, that can tend to damage us, right? So we need to practice a healthy middle ground. So repressing our emotions can cause us to not be able to express them in a healthy way. And when they do get expressed, a lot of times there's a lot of projection and a blowing up. But then also repressing that emotion will create some dis-ease within our bodies, whether it be in a subtle way, an emotional way, but also it can turn into a physical way, right? Okay. So the repress, the express, we want to be able to, when we have an emotion, we want to be able to channel or transform that energy. For example, it's like setting up boundaries when you feel angry. That's a way to channel or transform that energy instead of expressing it in a way that actually damages the relationship of you and another, right? Uh-oh, I didn't mean to pause my screen. I didn't mean to pause my screen, you all. Okay, so, we have about 5 more minutes. I want to keep going. Hopefully that was helpful for you. We must resource ourselves. So I want to show you all a slow emotion flow that when I wake up or even through my day, when I experience some emotions kind of settling in some places, or they may be just kind of running rampant through my body, I do a slow emotion flow so that I can bring myself back to my body and move some energy, move my body so that I can notice. So I'd like to do that with you all right now, whether you are sitting on the ground or standing. So I'm going to start off seated in my chair, and usually I'm sitting on the ground to do this. So let's imagine right here when my hands go down that I can actually touch the ground. So we're going to start here, and then I'll move us to standing, and I'll show you what I do when I shift to standing. I actually did this flow this morning, you all. So everybody just find a comfortable position in your chair or on the ground. And I'm imagining that both hands are touching the ground right now. So I'm connecting myself to Mother Earth. I'm closing my eyes and noticing my breath. I invite you to close your eyes and notice your breath. Feel the places where your hand is making contact with the earth, if it's there. Even the tips of the fingers. And then gently opening your eyes or keeping them closed. Take the left arm to the sky, and that's with your inhale. And on the exhale, just lean over to the right, using the right hand to press up against Mother Earth. And then inhale, come to center, drop the left hand and take the right hand to the sky and lean. Now do that again where you drop the right hand and bring the left hand up. And then drop it down. And then bring the right hand up. Now bring both hands to the earth again. And then inhale, take the arms up. Being aware, go to shoulder height. You're aware that you're at shoulder height right now. Take a breath in and stay for the exhale. Now we're going to inhale the hands all the way to the sky. And then exhale and bring them all the way back to the earth. That feels good. Inhale, bring it up to the sky. And then exhale, take it all the way back down to the earth. Pause there. Let your fingertips land on the earth. Notice yourself. Notice that your body feels a little warmer. And perhaps that warmth is allowing any emotions to move a little bit. Now I'm going to gently open my eyes and come to standing. I want to invite you all to come to standing if it's available to you in your space. And coming to standing, we're just standing with our hands next to our side. Standing with our hands next to our side. Feet are about hip width apart. And then with your right arm, you're going to inhale and take the right arm up to the sky, all the way up. The left hand is still down. And then on the exhale, take that right arm all the way down. Inhale, take the left arm all the way up. And then exhale, take the left arm all the way down. We're going to do that again. Inhale, take the right arm up before you. And then exhale, take it down before you. Left arm, inhale it up. And then exhale, take it down. And just allowing ourselves to be aware of our emotions right now. I want to invite you to take both hands and place it on your belly. So right here, if you're able to see me, I'm taking both hands and placing it on my belly. And then I'm just standing here with my eyes closed, noticing my breath. Notice if anything is moving, allowing myself to be sensitive and aware. And then I gently open my eyes, keeping the left hand on the belly. I want to inhale and take the right arm up. Keep the left hand right there on the belly where my power is. Exhale, take the right arm down. Place the right hand on the belly, lift the left hand up, inhale. Exhale, take it down and bring the left hand back to the belly. Alternate by taking the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, take it down to the belly. Left arm, go up. Inhale. And then family, exhale, take it down. Bring both hands to the belly and close your eyes. With your eyes closed, invite yourself to slow your thoughts down and just notice. As we started with breathing love into our thoughts and our emotions, we're going to end here with our breath. But what I want to invite you all to do is to end here with your breath with the hands on the belly. And we're going to allow the sigh to help move these emotions. So the next time you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, we're going to try sighing the breath out. The sigh does what it needs to do to take care of us. Our sigh starts out as a normal breath, but before you exhale, it's like you take a second breath on top of it. It's a releasing, and when done effectively, we can access our coping reserves and downregulate our bodies. So let's do 3 sigh outs together, family, before we leave today. So here we go. We're going to inhale through the nose, but on the exhale, the sigh is going to sound like this, right? Sometimes our body naturally does it, but we can also invite it, right? So everybody, both hands on the belly, take a beautiful breath in, and as much as you can, take a second breath on top, and exhale, sigh it out. Yeah, let's do that again. Inhale, invite that second breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Last one, family. Inhale, a little bit more. Exhale, sigh it out. Oh, that feels good. Stay there with your eyes closed and let that download, please. Just let it download. And then family, gently open your eyes. Releasing your hands from your belly. Y'all know I usually take my hands to my lap and the palms are facing up because I want to receive all that I have invited, all the calm, all the peace, all the knowing that I just invited. I want to make space to receive. So you all, I would love to share with you that you already are the power of the cosmos, arriving as pure intelligence, you in perfect harmony, perfect timing. That's who you are. You all have a great, great, great weekend. I'm excited that you will be able to come back next week. Sorry, I'm just flipping through those slides, but I'm excited that you all will be able to come back next week. Thank you very much, and blessings to you. Blessings to you all. Make sure you get outside and enjoy the day, enjoy the sun, enjoy your breath, enjoy your emotions, because they all come to inform us. Have a good one, okay, y'all?